Hey guys, so welcome to the JV's Nature Walk. Man. It's been a productive few weeks. Been posting more often. So today, guys, I'm going to do the American black vulture animal totem. So I've decoded a lot of stuff about the American black vulture. I feel like it's been long overdue. I feel like I should have done this a long time ago. So I've written down a lot of stuff. I channeled a lot of information from the black vulture. This is going to be quite a controversial video, but if you're following, you subscribe to me, you should know me by now. So I just want to get into the meat of the bone, just like how the vulture picks up the meat. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. This will be a long video as well, because I've written down a lot of stuff, because I've channeled so much information about the black vulture. So I'm going to be reading from my notes. I got like 6 pages right here. Alright, so American black vulture animal totem medicine. So the American black vulture is a very important and special bird and animal to me. The American black vulture represents me. I am a black American man living in America. I was born in America. The American black vulture is also a native resident of North, Central, and South America. Where both the American black vulture and I have in common with each other is that we are both black and we are both original natives of the Americas. Both the American black vulture and the black American community have been ridiculed, ostracized by today's society of being black and being viewed differently from everybody else. The American black vulture is the black American community animal totem as a whole. Before the European settlers arrived in the Americas, the whole Americas were all black. Of course, the history books purposely left out the details of the Asiatic Native Americans enslaving the black Native Americans who were our ancestors before the Europeans arrived. The Asian Caucasians a few thousand years ago, have bred together in Eurasia, and then they have migrated through Russia into Alaska, and eventually this group had made their way to the Americas. Once they arrived in the Americas, they realized that there were black people already here. The Asiatics needed some help surviving and building structures to live through the tough climates, so they have faked the alliance with the black Native Americans, and then they have enslaved them once they have everything that they needed. Of course, some alliances between the Asiatics and blacks were mutual, with some Asiatic tribes marrying with black Native Americans. Much of this activity has been documented, but unfortunately, once the European settlers arrived, they instigated the mutual relationship between the Asiatics and black Native Americans by pitting one against the other. Divide and conquer is the way to win the game. So fast forward to today's time, the Caucasians over the years have agreed to a truce and allow some of the Asiatic Native Americans entitled to some land as long as they abide by the treaty of not telling the black Native Americans that they are sovereigns of the American land, and not allowing any black Native Americans to become sovereign citizens of the Asiatic tribal lands. If the Asiatics abide by the treaty, they can look the other way and act like nothing has happened. Once both the black American men and women realize that they are the true servants of the Americas, this is a wrap for the U.S. of American Corporation. Of course, there are layers to this, but you understand the gist of the details. It is not the best alliance, but this is the pact between the Asiatics and Caucasians, and even to this day, many Asian people are still being persecuted by the Caucasians today in the thousands. Nothing in history has really changed, even to this day. Most of the America today still have many black Americans that were already here before foreigners such as European settlers have visited the continent with their Moorish cohorts to colonize it as their own. The American black vulture has always been overlooked by today's society for centuries, and many people find them ugly and useless creatures. But this is, of course, ignorance of the significance of what American black vultures do within our environment. Black vultures feed on dead carcasses to eliminate harmful bacteria and diseases from spreading in our environment. These birds play a vital role in our ecosystem and environment. Without them, we would have a lot of dead bodies just lying around on the ground. and diseases and harmful bacteria ready to take us out. In the North American continent, the American black vulture range is mainly found in the southern and eastern United States, where their range can extend as far south as South America. So the American black vulture has an impressive large range in the Western Hemisphere. Its range is not as large as its larger cousin, the turkey vulture. The turkey vulture lives on all corners of North, Central, and South America. The American black vulture lives in forested and open areas, urban developments, farmland, and within low elevations. The American black vultures are also very family-oriented. You can usually see them flying in flocks or in pairs, wheeling high up in the sky, scanning the earth below for dead carcasses to feed. For American black vulture people, you love to be surrounded with your family members and friends. You are very protective of them. You will easily defend who you really love at all costs. Black vultures mate for life, and they stay with their mated partner until one of them dies. The American black vultures are always seen flying super high in the sky. They enjoy observing the scavenging activity of other black vultures and their larger cousin, the turkey vulture. The American black vultures show us to work smart, not hard. American black vulture medicine teaches us to learn from the failures and experiences of others without actually having to go through the same experiences. This way, it will save you the time and frustration later down the line. The black vulture is also telling us to really sit down and observe our surroundings and pick up on other people's behavior patterns and habits and see if their habits or behavior patterns are really benefiting them in a person's life. If their behavior patterns are not benefiting the person's life, then don't indulge or absorb that behavior pattern, and instead adopt positive behavior patterns from others around you that will allow you to soar to infinite heights. Black vultures are known for soaring higher than turkey vultures and other large birds of prey, and that says a lot about the black vulture. The black vulture is a dedicated observer, and it spends a lot of time observing its peers, friends, family members, enemies, and threats. It encourages you to do the same. The reason the black vulture observes the scavenging activity of the larger cousin, the turkey vulture, is because they lack the sense of smell that the turkey vulture possesses. Turkey vultures fly low to the earth to pick up the scent trails of carcasses that can be easily detected. Black vultures rely mainly on their sharp vision to locate carcasses from high above. The black vulture medicine tells us to use our sharp vision in our day-to-day life. Identify root causes to your problems by observing it from a higher perspective, and also use your sharp vision to see through people who might not have good intentions for your well-being. The American black vultures love spending their mornings roosting in trees, waiting for the sun to warm up the ground above to generate thermals that the black vultures use to ride on when wheeling high above. Because of the black vulture's small body, heavy body weight, shorter broad wings, and short tail, they have to resort to flying later in the morning than their larger cousin, the turkey vulture. Turkey vultures are perfectly built for flying. I will say this: turkey vultures are the true masters of flight. Turkey vultures have long broad wings, a longer tail, and they are lighter in weight than the black vulture. And when turkey vultures take to the skies, they can do it so effortlessly, and they can even soar for hours without flapping their wings. How does the black vulture make up for its shortcomings? Black vultures do have to wait for the wind conditions to get strong enough before they can take to the skies. If they don't, they have to resort to more wing flapping and more exertion on their part before they can get high enough to actually soar without flapping their wings at all. The black vulture spends most of his day soaring higher than turkey vultures, and they observe the turkey vulture scavenging activity. And when they see a turkey vulture flying lower, descending to a carcass to feed on them, the black vultures assemble in large numbers and descend to the carcass, and they drive away the usually solitary, less aggressive turkey vultures away from the kill. The black vulture medicine teaches us the importance of sticking together with the family and friends in times of need. and using your larger numbers to outcompete any components or threats you may have in your life. Black vultures spread their wings and face the sun to warm up their bodies, burn away any harmful bacteria that they have collected from feeding on dead carcasses, and just welcoming a new day of change and transition. The black vulture reminds us to greet each day as a blessing, to be alive and show gratitude for everything that we have in our lives that have served our highest purpose. Nothing should be undervalued or overlooked, says the American black vulture. Black vultures don't usually eat every day, and they can spend days without eating food. They remind us to be grateful for our blessings that come our way. Okay. Black vultures communicate with each other when they are flying high up in the air by making slight wing movements and flight maneuvers. They can signal other black vulture members in their flock that they have discovered a nearby carcass. Black vulture animal medicine teaches us to be in sync with our tribe and learn to innovate new ways of communicating with each other, to communicate to each other's needs and wants in different situations. They also teach us to attract a tribe of your own, who understands you at your core and who really appreciates having you in your waking life. The black vulture urges you not to chase anyone and force them into your life. The American black vulture understands that what you chase, you repel from yourself. Remain detached and calm, and you will attract what is meant for you. When black vulture is flying, especially higher up than most birds of prey, this represents thinking positive thoughts and vibrating on a higher positive frequency. In order to ascend, you have to vibrate from a higher frequency and thought form. It's not always easy, but it's possible. The black vulture does make it look easy to master this, but it takes much practice and discipline to accomplish this. A good exercise you can do to get started is to grab a journal and write down positive affirmations and belief systems by yourself and read them over and over again every day. Repetition of the same positive habit is key to elevating yourself into a higher reality plane, and this is what the American black vulture teaches. Another way of viewing the American black vulture in flight is that it represents how highly conscious the black vulture is about its thoughts, its thought forms, its belief system, its environment, and others in its environment. Consciousness is the key word here. When you transcend the reality plane, you are conscious, and your awareness about yourself and your environment has increased. This is power at its best. Vultures are the highest flying birds in the world, and this makes them the most highly conscious bird in the world. Turkey vulture can reach altitudes of 20,000 feet, while a bald eagle can only reach altitudes of 10,000 feet. This contrast between two different birds show how and what people consider to be their national symbol of the United States, the bald eagle, is limited with its flight capabilities, while being compared to the turkey vulture's flight capabilities, and by easily surpassing the bald eagle by 10 times the difference. This comparison between two different birds overall shows where people's conscious level is located. Since the majority of the people favor the eagle over the vulture, their consciousness level will always be limited to the energy of the eagle, and they will never know how far their conscious level or potential can go because of their limited belief systems or thought process about certain things. You are what you love, literally. It's an absolute truth. When it comes to feeding, the oldest bird eats first. Show respect to your elders at the dinner table. Your elders have lived longer than you, and they have done enough waiting to get what they want and need. The elder black vultures teach the younger ones how to locate food and how to ride the thermals to navigate. The young must take care of the elders and their tribe and defend them if something is not right. Black vultures regurgitate and defecate on their legs and feet to cool themselves off on a hot day. Black vultures lack sweat glands, so regurgitation and defecating on the legs and feet is their way of cooling themselves down. This is also why the black vulture's feet and legs are white, because of the regurgitation and excrement. Black vulture medicine teaches us not to frown upon unorthodox methods that might work for you, but instead embrace it and make it work for you, make for your best benefit. There is no such thing as right or wrong, but what is just is. View things from a neutral lens, and you will transcend the polarity of opposites that have clouded many people's judgments about things occurring with their realities, and leaving them puzzled and confused as the final result. Black vultures do enjoy taking baths, and they love visiting a body of water, washing away any harmful bacteria that they have collected from feeding on carcasses. This symbolizes washing away anything that no longer serves your highest purpose, and doing this on a daily basis. If you find yourself struggling with letting go of the past or dwelling on things that you can no longer control what the outcome is going to be, sit with yourself and acknowledge that you don't need to dwell on what has happened to you in the past, because it is irrelevant and is no longer in the present. The present is real, while the past is not. Live in the now. The American black vulture is resourceful. It uses all the four elements equally. Firstly, the American black vulture utilizes the air to soar and wheel high above. Secondly, it uses water to bathe and wash away harmful bacteria from its body. Thirdly, the black vulture uses the warm, fiery sun rays from the sun to warm up the ground below to create thermals, which generate enough lift for the black vultures to ride on during the day to look for food. Finally, it uses the earth to lay its eggs on the ground and roost in trees to end its long day of looking for food from the air. The black vulture is a grand master alchemist, using all the elements at his disposal to his benefit, and that is the purpose of living on Earth: create something from nothing. If you're having a hard time utilizing the resources within your environment, think creatively on how you can use the resources within your environment to your greatest benefit and thrive. The black vulture urges you not to abuse or overexhaust the resources, as this can cause disruption and turbulence within your environment. Find that delicate balance between wants and needs. The black vulture is tied to planet Saturn. Planet Saturn astrology color is black. Saturn is one of the planets whose main job is to do the dirty work and get the job done without any excuses or complaints. Planet Saturn can often be overlooked and frowned upon by others who think that they don't need to work hard to make ends meet or to get what they want out of life. Planet Saturn day is Saturday, so if you want to connect with the black vulture, try meditating and calling for the black vulture's guidance on a Saturday and see what response you will get back. You are free to call the black vulture on any day of the week, and does not matter what day you want to connect with the vulture. As you probably tell, the American black vulture is quite a powerful bird. For a bird that is often overlooked and frowned upon, it knows more than people who are frowning at the bird. The American black vulture is looking down at everybody. Literally. The American black vulture is looking down at everybody. The American black vulture is one of my favorite animals and birds. I love using this vulture as a guide whenever I'm out and about, hiking in nature parks and exploring through the forest, and I always feel guided and protected under the sharp supervision, and I am reassured. The American black vulture medicine is only accessible to individuals who see beyond what is being said, and they understand why things and occurrences happen as they are. The vulture medicine is also accessible to individuals who learn to become conscious of themselves and their surroundings. There is still so much to learn about this bird, and I have only scratched the surface on what I have channeled from the vulture. Whenever you see an American black vulture soaring high above, wave at it and say hello, and thank it for making its presence known to you, because it didn't have to. I hope you have enjoyed reading and listening to what I have channeled from the American black vulture. and it has helped you to develop a love and appreciation for the bird. Stay blessed and soar high. So yes, guys, I have written a lot of stuff about the American black vulture, 6 pages of it. All of that. Yes. I also did channel other things too, like you heard from the beginning about the black Native Americans that were already here. So that's the controversial part I was talking about, and just the controversy of the American black vulture being overlooked, because it's always been overlooked, and this is the time for me to shed some light on the American black vulture. I've always wanted to do an animal totem on the American black vulture, and I'm glad I did. I love this bird. I've loved this bird for years. I've studied this bird since I was in middle school, so it's been long overdue, and I love this bird very much. All the images you see are mine. I took all these pictures over the years. I'm glad I was able to put them all together to make this video. So yeah, so a lot of work and effort has been put into this, and yeah. So if you didn't know anything about American black vultures, you didn't know they existed, well, now you know. And you know what it looked like, and you just know more about the life history and the spiritual meaning of the American black vultures in general. So that's the main thing of it all. Get the education out there and learn as much as you can. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah. So I'll definitely look forward to posting hopefully another video next week. We'll see how it goes. Just play it by week, and if I don't, I'll let you know. Alright, guys. So you have a wonderful week, and yeah, and that's it. I'll see you guys soon. Alright, bye. So guys, also buy my books, my prints, the links below the description of this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching and learning something about the American black vulture if you didn't know already. Also donate to support me in what I do. I'll say that's about it. Alright guys, so I will see you soon. Have a good day.